We're pleased to be joined today by Lee men's and women's golf coach John Maupin to highlight the season so far and give us a preview of the postseason tournaments that are coming up here shortly. And, Coach, let's first begin with your men's team. Just recently coming off a big win at the North Alabama Spring Invitational, actually the second year in a row you guys have won down there. It's kind of become a home away from home, so to speak. You guys have played really well in that tournament.
Yeah, that area has been good to us, so which bodes well, hopefully for the conference tournament. But I think the last 2 years we've gone down there. There's been some good competition, and it's funny. I've never been in a team playoff, playing or coaching, and then last 2 years down there we've ended up in a team playoff. So, I think the guys just proven themselves they can win there and play some good golf. And I think regardless of the outcome, it was going to be a really positive week for us. But it was funny when we got there. To the end, we realized we were going to playoff. I called them together to give them some really good advice, and I looked around the huddle. I said, "This was the same five that played in this playoff and won last year, right?" They were like, "Yeah." And I said, well, "Let's just go do the same thing." So, fortunately, they took care of it, and it was a lot of fun. So.
Now, on the women's side, of course, you guys were out in California at the Otter Invitational last week, and a good performance by Callie Kitchens, redshirt senior, been with the program for a few years now, and she put together a nice performance, made the all-tournament team, finishing in fourth. How proud were you of her and what she was able to do, and also gives you some more balance in your lineup?
Yeah, extremely proud. I mean, she's just really stepped it up for us here as of late, and she's playing to the potential we all know that she has. And I think that was a really strong tournament. So I mean, to go out, I think she was only like a shot off the lead with a couple holes to go, and in a unfamiliar setting. Those long trips are great, but sometimes it can be a bit distracting. And I think for her, she's just showing her maturity and where her game's at. She hit the ball really well, back-to-back good tournaments, and I just couldn't be more proud of her. So.
Now, Coach, as we look ahead, obviously, coming up here next week, we've got the West Florida Invitational, and then it's the Gulf South Conference Tournament. You guys were able to participate in it the last couple of years. Last year on the men's side, you unofficially are the champions, but this year it counts, and you guys have the opportunity now to go out there and win. What's your message to your team as you prepare for this final spring tournament, and then we go into postseason play?
Yeah, I think it's kind of like a final tune-up for us. So, we've tried not to worry too much about the results here in this portion of the spring. We know that's coming, towards the postseason. For us, on both sides, it's just trying to build momentum. So, for us, we've really been harping on making good decisions and then playing with patience. I think that sometimes when you have expectations, it's easy to go out there and golf and you try and force things. All that does is get you in a bad rhythm. You make bad decisions. So I think that's what I've been most pleased with, especially with the guys this last week, was really a lot of patience that they showed even when things weren't going well. And even with the girls, California didn't go as a whole how we wanted to, but the week before they were able to really show that when they're playing well, we were right there battling out with the top 5 teams. So we just want to, this week we'll get a chance to see some really good teams. For the girls, it's the regional preview, so it'll be a ton of ranked teams, and obviously we play in the toughest regions in the country. So I think gives us one last chance to really tune up. And then with conference for us, we've talked about just enjoying the journey, embrace the moment. It's really no different this year than it was last year. We don't want to treat it any different, but we have kids that they've been waiting on this moment, so we just want to enjoy it and get after it.
And finally, and most importantly, you're picked to win the Masters next week.
Oh, wow. Now you're really putting me on the spot. Problem is I've picked Rory for about 4 years straight, and he's let me down. But I feel like as soon as I don't pick him, he's going to come through. Nobody's real high on him right now. I'm going Rory McIlroy.
Coach John Maupin goes Rory McIlroy. All right, Coach, thank you for your time. Best of luck over the next couple of weeks. Should be a fun month of April for the Lee men's and women's golf team. We'll keep you up to date on all the news and notes regarding the Flames and the Lady Flames as they head into postseason play.